Hey guys, I'm Carly from All the Pretty Books. I apologize for missing last week. I was out of town. I knew I was going to be out of town. I actually took all of my recording stuff hoping that I would be able to make at least a quick video for you guys, and I just ran out of time, and then I ran out of energy. I was very tired. I went out of town. I actually bought a new car. That was the whole reason I went out of town, and it was quite a harrowing event. And this week's video is just going to be a lot more of a check-in and make sure you guys are doing okay. We'll get back to book collecting stuff next week. It feels like it's been a heavier week. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday most weeks. And we had a lot of feels like we just had a lot of stuff come in the past couple weeks. And it's just been a lot. So I hope you guys are doing okay. And last week... So I left work on the end of June and I drove down to Phoenix. I live in Salt Lake City. I drove down to Phoenix. It's about 10-12 hours away, kind of straight south. And my dog had to go, which is always delightful. He's such a good little road trip companion, and not little, but he's great. So I left on Tuesday the 1st. Tuesday the 1st I left in my now former car. I was just going to go trade it in. And it was such a weird road trip down. It was one of those, like, if my maps and the powers that be could have made it any more weird, I'm not sure, because it was pretty terrible. And it was supposed to already be about 10 hours, give or take. It took 13 because my Maps app decided to send me on like a 2-hour goose chase. And for most of you guys who don't know, I have minimal common sense when it comes to directions and maps, and how I have managed to travel the world and come back to the same place is kind of beyond me, but I've managed to do it. And at one point I'm driving down, and it was a beautiful trip. And I'm still north of Las Vegas. I was going to drive from Salt Lake City to Las Vegas to Phoenix, to kind of stay on the bigger interstates for as much as possible. And so I'm somewhere north of Las Vegas, and my Maps app has me exit the highway. And I know that sometimes the Maps apps will route you around accidents and traffic and whatnot. So I just kind of assumed that's what was going on. I didn't stop to zoom out and look, which I should have. Lesson learned. And so it had me go right on this little farm to market road in the middle of nowhere. And it was a really pretty middle of nowhere. It actually took me to, I think it was Beaver, Utah. It took me past the home of Butch Cassidy, I believe, the childhood home of Butch Cassidy, which I didn't care to know where he grew up, but now I do. And then it had me do a U-turn and drive back on the same farm to market road, 50 miles, to get back on the interstate and get back on the same entrance it had me exit at. So 100-mile detour for nothing. I was so mad, you guys. I had to pretty much exit at the next gas station, get a soda, and drink it so angrily. And my dog was such a trooper. He just sat in the back seat. He was so great. And I made it to Vegas around about 4 o'clock, and the traffic was starting to get heavy, and I've driven all over the world, so 4 o'clock traffic in Vegas really wasn't so bad, only we were getting a really bad dirt storm. I'm from West Texas, which can be considered part of Tornado Alley. So I've been through my fair share of tornadoes, and West Texas is if you look up West Texas weather on Google Images or Lubbock dirt storms, I've been through my fair share of horrible dirt storms. So this was nothing new. The trees were laying flat. The crosswinds were terrible. At one point, I was on the highway in front of the Las Vegas Strip, and a semi-truck turned over in front of me, and all I'm thinking is, I've got to get to the dealership in the morning to trade my car in. Please keep us in one piece. And, we made it. I figured I've been through worse weather, which is true. I mean, I have been driving to and from like Lubbock to San Antonio, and I've had to pull over on the highway and get in the ditch because there was a tornado in the field. It wasn't that this time. So I've been through worse while I've been on road trips, so I just kept driving and we made it through. And then at one point my maps lost her mind again, and she decided to route me through these little dinky farm to market roads, and me having minimal common sense here followed. And I got off the highway and wound up on these little stupid dinky farm to market roads going into Phoenix, and I was routed through some of the wildfire area in the northeast, west, wherever part of Phoenix, wherever Wickenburg is. They were having wildfires around Wickenburg. I could see some of the emergency efforts that were going on. It was terrible. They were routing us through different parts. I was so upset. My Maps app got promptly deleted, and I got a new one that evening. I was so mad because my nerves were shot. My dog's eyes by the time we got to the hotel were so big. I felt so bad for him. Both of our nerves were shot. But we made it to the hotel. He slept very well, as did I. I made it to the dealership the next morning. I traded in my car. I got a new car, which was really fun. And then I had really one day to see my family. I was hoping everyone was working that day, so I was hoping to take like an hour and run to a bookstore and like make a quick video for you guys, but I wound up actually hanging out with my cousin Nikki at her grooming salon in Scottsdale. She has a dog grooming salon called Bark and Bubbles Blow Dry Bar and Boutique. I'm sure I just butchered that, so I apologize, but it is a really precious place, and I will put her link down below. If you're in the Phoenix Scottsdale area, I highly recommend her services. The groomer that groomed my dog did a fabulous job, and my cousin really knows her stuff. She really cares about dogs. Groomers are great service, just really a fun afternoon. And then I went and had more family time. I went out to dinner with them, and then I turned around the next morning and drove back to Salt Lake. And then I had to go back to work on Friday. I had to be at work at 4 o'clock on Friday, and then I had to work 4 o'clock Friday afternoon until 5 o'clock Saturday morning. So it's been a long couple days, and I finally got some free time. I went and took a very long nap Tuesday and just kind of hung out and got some chores done Tuesday and Wednesday, and today I kind of have a little bit more energy and got some more stuff done. So I apologize for the lack of the collecting video today. I just didn't really have the bandwidth to do that right now. But next week, and if you have a book that you would like me to cover or a topic that you would like me to cover in a video, don't hesitate to reach out. You can put it in the comments below. You can email me at alltheprettybooks1@gmail.com, or you can message me at Instagram at alltheprettybooks. I may have already done a video on it, or I can, we can discuss it further, or I can do a video on it again, or entirely new. I don't always know what you guys don't know or what needs clarification on. And my whole purpose of doing these collecting videos or Harry Potter book videos is to help you guys in your collecting journeys. So, I'm always open to suggestions. And more fun news, the podcast I co-host, Dialogue Alley, has merch now. We have shirts, we have laptop sleeves, we have bottles, we have mugs, we have so many wonderful, wonderful things. So I will put the link for our merch store down below in my description too, because it's really fun, and our shirts come in many different colors. They're really soft, they're really delightful, and I'm very excited about it, actually. I wore this shirt the day that I got my new car because, I don't know, it felt very magical, I guess. So yeah, like I said, next week we'll get back to doing the book videos. I just really wanted to take this time to check in with you guys. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world this week and last week, and I just really want to make sure everybody's doing as okay as possible and give a little life update from me, and yeah, all good here. With that, I'm going to say y'all are great, stay magical, and as always, happy collecting, and good night.